Hello and welcome. My name's Danielle,
And I'm Radha.
and we're here this evening to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We're really excited to just hop on and be here with one another. The holidays is all about presence and being there with your loved ones, friends, family, and anchoring a Christ consciousness energy frequency. So, Rod and I were talking earlier about how it's just really nice to kind of, if you're in a position where you're alone, to be alone and take the time to rest, decompress. I mean, we are in that winter solstice, so it's a time of death and rebirth. And so we're here today to just kind of have an informal share on creating new traditions for ourselves and still bringing in old traditions. So, Radha, I want to welcome you. It's such a pleasure to always connect with you. And thank you for being here with me today on Christmas.
Yes, hello everyone. So happy to be here with you. Yeah, I'm really excited to have this conversation because I feel like, you know, Christmas can mean many things to many different people. And I think we should just have a discussion about what it means for us and how it is for people that aren't maybe going to be with their family, because there's this whole pressure or this whole thing about being with your family. And many people got stuck in this snowstorm that just happened here, especially on the East Coast, but throughout the whole USA there's been a lot of weather warfare going on. So what that means is that we're getting more opportunity to spend more time alone and to reconsider what these kind of old paradigm holidays really mean to us now, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And there are traditions I like to carry into my adulthood, and some of them they just make more sense to me. Um, yeah, I personally, for I want to say maybe the last 3 years, have spent Christmas by myself for a couple of reasons. One being I'm so far away from family, and up and leaving just hasn't been the easiest for me, not just financially, but with different jobs that I've had. And I've really learned to embrace solitude and quietness, and it's been really fun and has helped kind of strengthen me as a person. So being alone has been kind of a gift. I always say, like, if I'm not alone, I'm with Creator, God, Source, and it's an opportunity to really get creative, but also connect with people online because technology allows us to do so. So I went earlier live, and oh my gosh, it was bad timing. Everybody was their family and friends, so nobody was online. But yeah, hopefully you guys can catch that. But it's been beautiful, and last year was really fun because I had my own place in the city, and I'm in a bit of a transition right now, so it's a little different. So you have to be very flexible with your changing of the seasons, just like with each season we experience. So how has it been for you, Rada? Because I know you're also kind of on a mission like me. So
Yeah. Well, I'm here in the Appalachians and yeah, did I had no plans to leave for Christmas. I kind of don't really celebrate Christmas except for just being in gratitude. Um for me Christmas doesn't hasn't really meant like it hasn't meant what it means for everybody else, like just getting together with the family and stuff. And so for me, it's been more about just connecting with Creator, connecting with myself, using this day as a day to decompress and rejuvenate. Kind of stopped, I never really got into the tradition of it. Like I think my family was very untraditional and kind of sporadic, and I have a split family, so it was always like there's a lot of tension around Christmas, and,
Mm,
I think it has, like, connotations of negativity for me at some level. Um, I don't have the greatest memories of being with my family during Christmas, and that's just the truth. It's not negative or bad, it's just what it is. And so for me, I prefer to just spend my own company, and I don't feel a need to try to plug into like a tribe. I don't feel needy like that. So I don't have that inner neediness. I just like talking to you, talking to a few good friends, talking to my dad. That makes me happy, but I don't have like a neediness. And I think it's nice if you have children. Like I don't
Mhm.
have a child. So if I had a child, I would celebrate it because it's simply really fun, I think, for kids. Some
Yeah,
people do volunteer work, and I think that's incredible for the holidays. It's a way of giving back to your community. For me, how I'm giving back is I'm supporting the animals that are in the forest right now because a lot of them are having a hard time with this cold, cold weather. So, the squirrels have been counting on me for their peanuts every day, the deer for their apples, the raccoons, the bears. So I have my tribe that I'm currently supporting, and it feels good. It feels great. So for me, I just looked at the sun and I just prayed and I just said, thank you, thank you, Creator. And I did a prayer for the whole earth because, we've been going through some weather warfare, some really
yeah,
unusual, suspicious weather. And I think prayers can really counter that. So, like, the East Coast has been really demolished, and
mhm,
uh I've seen what it's done, and I'm like, "This is can't be happening here because we have a lot of these animals and it could kill them?"
right,
So, I've just been activating the pillar of light all around and really asking that any technologies that are being used be reversed, any ill intentions, because that's what it is. The dark days are really coming to an end, and I think we can all celebrate that deep in our heart. It doesn't feel like it, and we're still in the mix of it, but we have so much more power now than we ever have before. Our sovereign power, our Christ power, and that's not about overpowering others. That's just about being in connection with Creator and knowing that we have a say in what goes on in this earth.
yeah,
In America, I know that there's been a lot of turmoil, a really big purging process. So what that means is the collective is collectively purging out massive emotions, massive entities, and all kinds of stuff is coming out. And that can really also affect the weather. So I think there's few things going on, and what that means for light workers is that we just want to keep the energy balanced. We want to keep it solidified in truth and not in deceit. And so holding down that Christ light is very important at this time. And activating that Christ light within yourself. It's beautiful if you have a family. It's beautiful if you have children. It's beautiful if you have that beloved that you can spend time with. But if you're on your journey and that's not in the cards right now, then I think it's also beautiful to spend time just being peaceful.
yeah. I love how you just explained all that. I agree with everything you had just mentioned, and every year's been a little different for me. I mean, there's been many years where I've been with family, and I just underline there was always an underlying feeling of overwhelm personally because I do come from, a separated family that's
Mm,
very large, and so there was a lot of like going from here to there and just these expectations, and it took me a few years to get okay with kind of deprogramming myself from that.
yeah.
Not that it's nothing wrong because I still connect with them. It's just in a different way. Um, because it put a lot of stress on me, not only financially, but just with my time. And unfortunately, and this is no fault to theirs because they don't know what they don't know, but there was so many times where my presence was there, and I had so many comments come at me that, and again, they didn't know what they didn't know because it's very
Mhm.
unconscious, but they're just like, "Oh, why can't you stay longer?" Or "Where have you been?" And I'm like, "Well, just like you, I have a life, and
Mhm.
I can't be running around to 500 different people's homes. I'll have no life of my own. Like, you could always come to me." So it's really hard for a very long time. I found it very liberating to kind of just deconnect and have my own
Mhm.
Christmas. Most people in cases like this are, like you said, with children, a husband, a beloved. I'm excited. I cannot wait to do that with my beloved, but for now, like, I just enjoy my own company and, connect with a few people, of course, the main, pillars of my family, and that's about it. Like, it's more about the meaning of, the, connecting, gratitude, anchoring in that consciousness, and putting out that good energy for people, like you said, whether you're
Oh,
volunteering, anchoring the pillar of light, serving, food to the animals, everyone needs something.
yeah.
So yeah, that's so beautiful, like, how you brought all that up because I my heart resonates with that. And so, yeah, this is a very interesting perspective. You and I last year, I think, kind of talked on this, and it's just funny. It's a topic again this year. How we're like, interesting. And I like everything from the heart. So, like, for gifts, it's like, oh, gifts are great, but like, I don't know, I like a more thoughtful gift or something that's, you know, maybe it isn't a gift. Maybe it's something that's just an experience or like where, you know what I mean? So I think it's more about a person's heart and their, you know,
Yes. I think it's kinda crazy the pressure that they put on people for this one holiday. I never got with that program. I was like, "That's some crazy programming because I you see everybody around you and they're like, "I gotta get gifts, I gotta get gifts," and that kind of
yeah,
feels like that never felt, like, right for me. Like, I was like, yeah, I don't think so." It just didn't feel natural, and I
right.
don't like to do things when it feels forced or contrived, like, I actually feel like, I don't want to. I don't wanna go out because I know how busy it is and, um, just being thoughtful at other times. Maybe surprise people in another time. Don't do it during Christmas. Like, I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do, but that's just
Mhm.
my thought process. I know I'm always going against the grain or going upstream, and I know it's a little rebellious. It is fun. Like, I've enjoyed some Christmases, but I've never put in any effort to, like, yeah, get the tree. I was thinking about getting a tree this year, but I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get in the house because I don't know if I have the muscles to do that. And I have to go put it in my car. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm just gonna pray and I have trees outside. I already have trees. I don't need to cut one down. I can just go outside and be with that. So I think it's just perspective. I've never been one to follow like any traditions because I know that our relationship with creator source, Yeshua, that's personal.
Mhm.
You look at the sun, and I looked at the sun really intentionally, and I saw rays of light coming in, and I just said, "Download me. I will take as much light as I can in today." And I thank you for this light. Thank you for this day. And I felt this beautiful joy in my heart. And I think it's so personal. I don't always believe that we have to follow the trend of any kind. Just because everyone's doing it doesn't mean we have to. It doesn't mean we're bah humbug either, because every day is an opportunity to celebrate life, life of the divine, life of Yeshua, life of creator, our life. We're all part of that symbiotic breath of the creators in and out. And that flow, that cosmic flow that never ends. It's like the ocean. Do you see the ocean, the waves stopping? It's every day that waves are going. And that's just like our life. So we can always choose to ride whichever octave we want. And for those of you that are or have been spending the holidays alone and feel like a little depressed or down, please, I just wanted to say, allow your heart to receive this love and this honoring, because I understand that it's not easy sometimes. Especially for the past, 2 years, people have been in isolation. And
Mhm.
I guess in many ways, I've sort of felt comfortable being alone because of my circumstances where I live. So I don't feel that like neediness, but I know that I can always connect over Zoom or whatnot, and it's beautiful. So there's an opportunity to feel love, and it's an inside job. Like, I used to feel rejected. I used to feel like, "Oh, I don't fit into my family." But that's okay because in a sense, I was the star seed just like you were, and we're not meant to do everything the same way as everybody else. We can do things a little bit differently. And by being a little bit different, it gave us permission. All the things that I thought were rejection, I realized it was actually permission. Permission that I didn't have to follow the rules of the family, the traditions of the family, that I could venture out and, like an explorer and a pioneer, could seek out new experiences, could didn't have to follow the same blueprint. Thank you. I'm so grateful. That's like a woo.
I like that. I think of myself as an adventurer. I'm like, okay, let's, I like to experience different things. And one of the important things for me, at least recently, is I really want to get rooted somewhere. But my heart hasn't felt like I've lived on the West Coast. I've lived Central Coast, I mean, Central Midwest. And I'm like, maybe East Coast now. But, I definitely, my mom joked with me recently. She's like, are you like, what's going on? Are you gonna move out of the country? Like, please tell me you're not moving too far. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. Because it's totally a possibility. It's just, I do everything with intention, but also what creator opens up for me because if it feels right, I do it. So yeah, if I go to a holiday party, I'll go to a holiday party. If
Yeah.
I stay at home and drink my hot cocoa and get a tree one year, I get a tree, and I still like to do certain traditional stuff, but it's more of the classic stuff, nothing that's like, around based around, Santa's coming or you know what I mean? But
No, and
and
I think it has to do also, like, if you have a partner and they're into that, that's so exciting. It makes it fun, and yeah, of course, like, if your partner is going to holiday parties and stuff like that, then you can, by all means, have an opportunity to dress up and go. But if you don't, if that's not on the table, then it's o perfectly okay. Like, I think there's this feeling of pressure that a lot of people have, that they have to do something instead of if they want to do something. And I think that's important, is that we have options. Life's ever changing and ever flowing. So yeah, if you get like a extrovert partner and he wants to go and do all the holiday events and parties, by all means, like, it's fun, it's fun. I used to live in New York, and that was like fun to go out during the holidays because it was so exciting. There's so much energy, and skating, I love to skate. I'm not good at skating. I do it like maybe once every few years, but when I do, I go all out. It's all fun. So I think it's just being present for whatever it is and not trying to make the rules like this is how it has to be, and making it so that we're pressuring ourselves into more stress. Who needs that? Like,
it's actually way more magical, to be honest with you, because like as a manifesting generator and you're a manifester, like at least for us, it opens us up to like these crazy, wild, magical, like, how did you get that? Or how did that happen? This aligned, then it almost sounds like a movie sometimes if you just lean into that flow, because then there's no resistance. You're like, okay, I just had the best night of my life. I could have never planned that. It just happened.
so true. Yeah,
That
going with the cosmic flow. I think that the universe gives us exactly what we need and the medicine that we need at each given time. Many of us have pulled inwards into our journey. Like, we've stuffed, like the train is going, it's always going, of life. Some of us have stepped off and kind of went in our own directions to like sort of um go within, really do this inner work and go deeper. And I think, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get back on the train and go forward more, or it doesn't mean we're not moving forward, because we're always moving forward. And the universe is always moving us forward. Sometimes we have to step away so we can go within. And sometimes we need to get into the mix so that we can be part of the whole, event that's moving
right.
forward. So we all have our divine roles and our divine missions, and as star seeds and light workers, it's perfectly fine. And I'm so grateful I don't have that pressure to do all that stuff I don't need to do. But again, it depends. Like, if you have a life partner that's really into it, then you're going to be more into it because their enthusiasm is contagious. And like with a partner, you sort of merge with their frequencies, and so you end up doing liking to do what they want to do. Like I always wanted a big family. It's just I never had one. So, if that came into my life, I wouldn't say no. I'd be like, yeah, this is wonderful. This is beautiful. Let me enjoy this. Let me soak into this. But if it's not there, then that's perfectly fine too. It doesn't mean I'm less because of one or more because of one or you or anyone watching. If you're by yourself this Christmas or even just keeping it low key on New Year's, please don't feel bad. That's all I want to say is like don't feel bad like you have to meet these expectations of such an exciting life. Life is exciting and it's always going to be exciting. But sometimes it's okay if it's your own excitement, it's your own relationship. You're always having this communication with the universe, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. If you're with 100,000 people, or if you're with yourself, it doesn't
Right.
matter. Your connection with source is the source. That source is you in every minute of every day. So I think at the end of the day, that's the most important thing is to keep that connection flowing and keep that heart in gratitude. And yeah, I did used to feel sorry for myself in the past and be like, another, like lonely,
Love it. Yeah. Mm.
It's not that people aren't inviting me, like, I got invited to New Year's in Vegas at my girlfriend's and this and that, but it's like, I'm not sure if I want to step out and, I'm kind of like, "No, if I listen, and when I hear that it's time to go, it's time to go." And I am planning on going again and to getting back on the road and um going to the West Coast soon. So I that also takes a lot of energy. So I kind of like prepare myself internally for these journeys. But we all have these
Mm.
beautiful journeys. So yeah, but your tree is beautiful, Danielle, I have to say.
Oh, yeah, I would say, well, I kind of like as you were talking earlier, I was thinking, it's not good to have those expectations on yourself or on others. And
Yeah.
hey, times, do it. If it doesn't, then having a quiet Christmas is beautiful. Um, this is actually not a real tree. I wish I could say it was. I haven't handsome woodman to cut it down for me just yet, but
Yeah.
this is fake. And yeah, I'm so grateful and honored. I'm a guest here. I just recently moved, so I'm in this transition, planning to move in the upcoming spring. So my roommate did a beautiful job at putting this Christmas tree up, and I added this little star right here. I don't know if it's the.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. No, I love the lights. I love the lights of Christmas. They're so special and so beautiful.
I like that Christmas spirit, like the Holy Spirit. Like I've got like music playing in the background. There's little things about the traditional
Yeah.
Christmas holiday I love. I want to put a fireplace, but we just have a makeshift fireplace. There would be a fireplace here, but there's not.
I know.
Um,
I like the fire. I think it's so gorgeous. But with all the lights, I love lights too. I
but I
think
like.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. I'm a candle person, so I'm always lighting the candle.
Well, is there any kind of message that we want to share? Like, I really wanted to speak to the person that may be spending Christmas alone or feeling like they can't be with their family because they got stuck in a snowstorm over here. I get it. It's really crazy. Like I've been doing the pillar of light here on this mountain this whole time, so it was about to get really crazy, but then it kind of calmed down. And that's one thing I do want to say. The power of your mind, the power of your intention, the power of your heart, it can change everything. Like you are not a victim. Like we don't have to be a victim. We have to start to choose the experiences that we want to, we're co-creating at all times. So,
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to activate the pillar of light. I know that it would be really cool to maybe do a prayer and activate the
mhm.
pillar of earth, but globally. And then maybe you had mentioned something earlier about the US.
Yes. Um,
Like a little quick little clearing act.
I know that's my intention too, is I wanted to do the pillar of light and I want to invite you to join us. So all you have to do is you can close your eyes if you want to, just take a deep breath. And we're just going to ask, you can have your eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter, but just connect to yourself, connect to your breath. And we're just going to ask to be in the heart of the creator where all the good, juicy stuff happens. And we're going to do a very quick pillar of light. So we're going to activate the pillar of light on to us. So just allow a pillar of light to appear all around you. It's this beautiful white light. It feels kind of really good. It's delicious feeling. It's kind of washing away all the stress. It's washing away all um, yeah, anything that's troubling your heart or your mind right now. Maybe you've been through a lot this year, as many of us. So let's just wash all that stress, that angst away. And breathing deeper, we're gonna activate the what I call the vacuum cleaner. It's a donut. It's like a donut, but it goes all the way up and it goes all the way down the pillar, all the way to the crystal core of the earth. We're going to activate the vacuum cleaner and allow it to start clearing out your energy field. It's kind of like an air filter. It's going to clean out all the dust, the debris, whatever you're ready to release and let go of. And now, wherever you are, imagine this crystal, this pillar going down into the crystal core of the earth. And as it does, allow the pillar to expand a mile all around you. It's starting to illuminate your area wherever you are. And now imagine it expanding 100 miles around you. And it just seems to keep growing. And we're going to start with the USA because it desperately needs some light. So imagine that this pillar of light is just expanding into every state, into every region of the USA, filling it with more and more light, anchoring it from heaven to earth. And feel how expansive and beautiful this is. Danielle, do you want to jump in on this?
Yes. So as you're talking, I've got my pendulum, of course.
Mhm.
Activate that this pillar of light receive the Christed consciousness down. I'd like to activate the pillar of light to be filled with all the places and spaces that the vacuum cleaner is sucking up, just to replace what might be empty, what might be dark. And just filling that in with ease and grace, anchoring and solidifying my consciousness as one, so it has a feeling of unity, support, love, gratitude, clarity.
Hmm, beautiful. And now I imagine filling the whole USA, just plummeting light coming in. Christ of light is coming in, helping to elevate and activate us up and down all around. And that vacuum cleaner is certainly doing its job. Let's allow that to keep going. Now we're just going to simply put the whole entire earth into one big pillar of light. We're inviting everyone on earth to join us. And in this beautiful pillar of light on earth, we are all together as a family. We are all together receiving this beautiful healing and transmission. And it's not just for the people, this is also for the earth, for the animals, it's for the water, it's for the air, it's for the plants, it's for all the flora and fauna of this earth, it's for everything coming down and through our entire space. It is moving through everything, starting to just infiltrate this beautiful, beautiful light is coming in. It is bringing a deep remembrance of who we truly are and why we are here. It is helping to connect us back to the Christ consciousness. and bringing in these codes of light, of love, divinity. And we're going to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas for now, today, and for every day moving forward. May our hearts start to open as we remember our truth. May our minds start to open as we awaken to our truth. May our entire being start to awaken, mind, heart, body, and soul, that we are always connected to something greater than we could ever imagine. We are loved, we are cared for, and all we have to do is reach up and connect and bring that energy right back into our heart, come back to our heart, connecting our heart and our mind, knowing that they work better when they are together, and connecting our heart and our root chakra, knowing that we are better when we are connected to our root and our heart and our mind and our crown, activating the pillar of light to cleanse and clear us all from all of the trauma, all of the sadness and the sorrows that we've all been through these past few years, any losses and grievances we've had, allowing that to wash through us as we recognize our path and remember that we have a beautiful path ahead of us. We should never give up. It is now time to break all illusions. I and the children of the light command through Christ I am that all chains upon humanity be broken now through all directions of time and space. It is commanded to clear these programs on earth within myself, my lineage, and all of humanity. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to clear and break all these curses and chains for all people across the world now through the heart of Christ, Magdalene.
We call upon we call down the Holy Spirit fire of the heavens to pour out all over the multiverse upon all people now. We call out all of God's warrior angels to surround all of God's holy warrior children and to give them the supernatural support, protection, energy, wisdom, courage, and faith that they need right now. We call upon and petition the Holy Spirit to awaken the masses and to open people's eyes and to hear the truth. We stand firm over the head of the serpent, victorious in Christ, because we know that this battle has already been won. God, raise your army of Christ warriors, lift their hearts, amplify their faith in you, and turn them into your supernatural heavenly army. Give them the courage and peace to brave every storm.
Surround all of us in your wall of Holy Spirit fire and protection so that we may light up the world together in a blaze of Christ light. Through the Holy Trinity, we seal this invocation and prayer by 333, Holy Trinity. And so it is, and forever shall it be. We are born free, and so it is. Aho.
Oh, ooh, I love that prayer. Thank you, Radha, for sharing that with us.
Mhm. Beautiful. Yeah, just so wonderful to be with you all. And if you choose to receive that prayer, you can just say yes. If you are not sure, you don't have to receive it, but it's available for all. At the end of the day, we're in this spiritual war together. We have to remember we are more alike than we are different, in the sense that we all want the same thing: health, happiness, love. We want this earth to be a peaceful place. We all want to be abundant and in harmony with nature. And that is our birthright. So let us remember our divine gifts of who we are, why we're here. And even if we don't want to follow those traditions, we can find a way every single day to connect to the divine and know that we are never alone or lonely. The stars that guide us, the stars that guide this earth guide us too. We are always held in that beautiful sacred vessel of the divine, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. So be assured that you are so loved, and it's okay if you choose to spend your holidays the way that you want to. Just know that it's what matters is what's in your heart and your intention. And if you have the opportunity to put some water out for the animals, give the animals some food that are cold and hungry, please do so. If you have the opportunity to help out someone in need, go ahead and do that, because it's not what we do for others in front of others, it's what we do behind the scenes that matters. And so it doesn't matter if we don't have all the Instagram pictures to prove it. We know what we're here to do, and we're here to be of service to ourselves, to this earth, and to all of humanity. So thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays to you. I'm sending you so much love and blessings, and know that we're always connected. So sending you that positive energy. Bye for now.